Hello, now we're going to take a look at page 5 of the lesson guide for section 5.3. So I'm going to bring up the lesson guide and go to page 5. Here is page 5. So on this page, we want to see if we can make the graph for f of x is equal to -3 times the secant of x over 2. And so off to the right, I'm going to look at the general strategy for graphing y equals a times the secant of b times x and y equals a times the cosecant of b times x. So the first thing to do for y equals a times the secant of b times x, we will graph y equals a times the cosine of b times x. Can you think what we're going to do when we want to graph y equals a times the cosecant of b times x? So let's start by graphing y equals -3 times the cosine of x over 2. For this graph, we know that the amplitude is equal to the absolute value of a, so the absolute value of -3, which is just 3. And we know that the period is equal to 2 pi divided by b. In this case, b is a half. So we will end up with 4 pi. So down here, I'm going to try to graph y equals -3 times the cosine of x over 2. First, I'm going to label my vertical axis, -1, -2, -3. And here's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I know that a cosine graph in general will have a point at x equals 0 and y equals 1. However, we've changed the amplitude and we flipped the graph. So when x is equal to 0, we're going to get y equals -3. And we've stretched out the period. So when x is equal to 0, when x is equal to pi, y will equal 0. And when x equals -pi, y will equal 0. And then when x is equal to 2 pi, we'll get y equals 3. When x equals -2 pi, we'll get y equals 3 also. And I'm going to do my best to connect these with a smooth curve. It's kind of difficult using the computer. I'm sure I'll be getting better at it though. Oops, this one's not looking quite right. I'm going to use that. And then it's going to go something like this. Okay, so not too bad here. I guess this one actually should be more like this. So I can try to erase this one and erase this one. So try to ignore those as best you can. Okay, next we'll draw the vertical asymptotes where y equals 0. So down here, everywhere where y is equal to 0, that gives us a vertical asymptote. And then back up here, we draw in the U-shapes between the asymptotes. Okay, so what that means is that down here, draw in these sort of U shapes. And remember, the U shapes are the graph for the secant function. Okay, the original was the graph of, there we go, colors. So this black that I'm drawing is the graph of the secant function, and the blue was the graph of the cosine function. Okay, and now if you want to graph y equals a times the cosecant of b times x, start by graphing y equals a times the sine of b times x. Okay, so that was page 5 of our lecture guide. And next I'll be doing page 6.